We've had some extra cold weather over the past weekend, and I've gotten a couple questions about how the system handles that, given that a lot of the volume is in the garage. So the first thing I'll say is that actually keeping things warm in the winter is not as difficult as keeping things cool in the summer. But since we're in winter and on the topic of heating, I'll stick with that for today. The short answer is heating's not that big of a problem. You just throw in extra heaters, right? Heaters aren't that expensive, and you can just put more and more heaters in. So I actually have 3 separate tiers of heaters on my system, controlled by the Apex. My main set of heaters are down here, the titanium heaters in the sump. And if they are not able to maintain temperature, then I have another outlet which will kick on and turn on an auxiliary heater over here. And then if that is not able to maintain temperature, then I've got another heater over here which will kick on and then send me an alarm. So I have the capacity for significant heating without the need to use it all the time. It only kicks in if it's necessary. Something else that really helps me with this system is that roughly half of the water volume is inside the house, so climate controlled. Something I struggle with a little bit is the temperature in these auxiliary tanks that are on the system. The way this system works is that there's a tee off the return pump that feeds water up here. This tank drains into these two tanks drain into here and then come back. And so the turnover through these tanks is not fast enough to maintain temperature when the temperatures get really cold out here in the garage. These 2 tanks have their own temperature control. It shows up a little funny on the video, but this is just an Inkbird temperature controller that's controlling this tank, and there's a heater in here. This temperature controller is associated with this frag tank and will run a heater in there. And then I actually have another Apex temperature probe and an Apex controlled heater in here. So each of these 3 frag tanks has their own heater, and just by upsizing the heater a bit, it can really overcome the cold ambient temperature. The other thing is that I do change the temperature set point of this system seasonally with the Apex, so I allow it to get warmer in the summer and colder in the winter. I only try to maintain the system around 77 to 78 degrees in the winter, which I think that's important just so I'm not, fighting nature. I don't think I could maintain this system at 82 degrees in the winter, and I don't think I could maintain it at 77 in the summer. So I allow the tank to get a little bit cooler in the winter time. These systems are fine even if the temperatures drop into the mid to low 70s, although that doesn't really happen. The lowest I get here, you can see this frag tank is running 76 right now. I think it was around 75 the other day, and that's fine. The corals and the fish will be fine at 75 degrees.